Mother, man.
Hey, what's up? This is Guillermo from Angelus Apatrida, and you're listening to Murder Metal Mayhem.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem! This is Pete Altieri from Murder Metal Mayhem, and I'm doing this interview with Guillermo, the singer and guitarist of thrash metal masters from Spain, Angelus Apatrida. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to me today. How are things with you guys?
Hey, Pete, thanks to you. Thank you so much for taking your time and just contact me. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Doing pretty well. You know, it's like during the pandemic, it's like things are really nice. Just like, yeah, with the promotion of the new album. So, yeah, doing our job and very happy with the feedback. So, yeah, doing pretty fine.
Good. I was going to ask you, how has the feedback been from fans? And then I've seen some really good reviews you've been sharing on Facebook, but looks like everybody loves it.
Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure that it would be like not that good reviews, of course, but the label just made like the selection from the most important things and like the best reviews all over the globe. And yes, I mean, I would say like 99% of the feedback, both from the media and from the fans, is really, really, really good. And actually, we're doing a lot of new fans all over the world, especially in North America, which is the first time that we're doing a promotion, like proper promotion in North America. So yeah, it's like we're super happy with this. The album is selling pretty good during the first week, especially here in Spain, of course, and the rest of Europe as well. So yes, hopefully next week we will have a lot of things to celebrate.
That's awesome. I know I first heard about you. I was doing a band interview with a band called Skeleton Pit from Germany, and I asked him, what bands you've been listening to? And he mentioned you guys, and I was like, I've heard of them, but I'm not real familiar. And I checked it out, and that was right when Bleed the Crown was the first single that came out, and I watched the video for that. And I was like, how do I not know who this band is? These guys are amazing. And I've been just going all the way back to the beginning, loving every bit of it, anxiously waiting for this new self-titled album. It is absolutely phenomenal. I'm in awe. Every time I listen to it, I find more things I like about it. So who or where did you guys record that, and who produced it? Because the production is stellar.
Wow, come on! Thanks for the kind words. I'm super happy listening to these words. Yeah, thank you so much. Means a lot to us.
Sure.
I mean, it's this is the second time that we're producing the album by ourselves. I mean, there's no producer like a proper producer like working on the album. So it was just us. Working on the songs and writing the songs and stuff, and then working with Juanan, the engineer, we were recording the album with. But I think that the sound itself and the power, it's all thanks to Zeus. Is the guy from Massachusetts? Is a producer of Hatebreed and the producer of Rob Zombie and a lot of incredible bands. It's the first time that we work with him. And I think that he gave the band a new level of talking about sound. I mean, so yeah, I think he's the one guilty of this sound. So yeah,
that's amazing. It sounds so good. I mean, the last one sounded great, but this is definitely a step up, even better than that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's one step forward. We always try to do the best we could in the past, according to the budget that we got and according to the time that we got, because time is very important, of course, for producing and recording an album. So this time, since the pandemic started and we had a lot of time for just focusing on the music and only producing the album, we could work a lot on that. And I think it's, as I told you before, the great contribution of Zeus on the new sound of the band. So of course I don't want to mean that the previous album sounds bad.
No,
of course,
not at all.
It's the best we could do.
Of course.
And of course, thanks to Daniel Cardoso, who was a previous producer. But yeah, this time is like a new beginning, and we're really happy to start working with Zeus. I hope it's going to be a long time relationship, because we're really, really happy with the result and the sound of the album. And of course, our engineer, our friend Juanan, who made an incredible job on the studio, recording every single instrument, like in a super professional way, like with incredible gear, like with microphones of thousands of euros. So yeah, so it's and it's the most organic and natural album ever. There's no software, there's no trigger, almost no effects, there's no reamps on guitars. It's not that kind of thing. It's just the mastermind of Zeus doing his job on the knobs on the mixing table.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very glad. I'm very glad that people are really digging the album, especially the sound of it. Yeah, super happy about this.
Now, the guitar solos and harmonies in all of your music is what really drew me in at first. I love the melody that you guys do and be heavy at the same time. I was surprised that you do as many solos as you do, because you're singing as well. And then I read an interview with you that said you consider yourself more of a guitar player than a singer. Is that true? Because your vocals are killer, man.
Yeah, well, yes. Actually, in the beginning, when we formed Angelus Apatrida, I was just a guitar player. I never liked to sing, and I think I still don't like to sing. It's kind of huge. I don't know, too much importance for me. I prefer to be like in the background.
Really?
But
that's funny.
Yes, but since when we started and we got this former singer, he left the band 1 year after, and there was no other singers in our hometown, because we live in a very small town, and there was no other musicians like singers. So yeah, it was like, okay, let's keep on doing this, and okay, I will try to take over the singing things, and that. Let's try to search. Let's search for the better singer in the future. So officially, we are still searching for the singer. Now,
wow.
Year by year, I just got used to that. So, and I try to improve myself with this, not only technically with vocals, but of course with trying to improve my English. Because it's it's not my mother language, of course, and I have to learn every year more and more, and study a lot of English.
I'm sure. It's kind of completely fantastic.
Every year. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy a lot playing, but nowadays it's like, okay, my it's like the Guillermo is playing guitar and singing in Angelus Apatrida. I don't see myself like playing in another band, not only the guitar. So yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. It's my job actually, and this is what I love to do. So yeah, but this time I try to make less solos, because I think that David, the other guitar player, is in an overwhelming level.
Oh my God,
like
he's fantastic.
Super high. Yeah, in a super high level. So, and I sometimes feel myself very ashamed that I cannot.
You hold your own, man. You hold your own. In this last video you did, I was like, holy shit, that's him. Like, that's impressive stuff. I was really digging on it, because obviously Dave Mustaine does, vocals and does a lot of leads too. I hear some Mustaine in your voice. I hear some Chuck Billy. Are there any other singers that you feel you kind of drew some inspiration from as you've been learning that?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, since I never liked to be a singer, I don't have like a favorite singer. In that case, like someone to. That of course, I mean, is my favorite band ever is Iron Maiden. So I wish I could sing like Bruce Dickinson, or I wish I could sing like Rob Halford,
Right.
or Ronnie James Dio. I love the high vocals. I can't do that actually. I can scream and I can fake the high vocals, but I'm not like a heavy metal singer. I cannot physically. I mean, my voice is not like this. So yeah, I think that because of the influences and because of my favorite bands ever, besides Iron Maiden, which of course were like Pantera, Megadeth, or Testament, Exodus, or Sepultura, Slayer, of course,
Right.
the big ones,
Oh yeah.
Metallica, Anthrax. So yeah, of course, I think after all those years in the early years, just covering our favorite bands, covering Megadeth, covering Anthrax, Metallica, of course, like you got the influence, and I think it's normal that from time to time it comes to my own
Yeah.
style. But
Yeah.
I try to do my best. I try to do my best with this.
Oh no, it's good stuff. I just every now and then you'll hear a little of this or a little of that, but you do make it totally your own. I'm amazed that you guys have released 3 music videos already for the new album, and it looks like you guys have a lot of fun doing that. Are you going to be doing any more for this one, or is that the 3 that you're going to do?
Well, I would love to do that. I love to make video clips. I think it's very important, actually, in the nowadays, in the modern times. Like, it's not about taking or putting your video clips on television, but it's very important to have that kind of presence on YouTube and
Yes.
social media. So yeah, I have to say that we're out of budget, so we don't have more money for making video clips, and of course we made 3, actually 4 video clips if we count the last one, the
Oh, the lyric
visualizer
video. Yeah.
from the last one we released. So it could be like 4 videos.
Yeah, it's a lot.
For this credit, yeah, with let's say a small budget that we got formally for that. So actually, the director Fernando Morales made a great job with all the budget that we got. So yeah, hopefully we can get more money or whatever and record more videos. I think we will be able to record a new video because I love it, and I think it's very important nowadays, especially during this pandemic situation, these pandemic times, that there's no chance to go on tour for the moment. So it's pretty good for doing this. But if not, maybe we will try to do like live streaming, something like that, like trying to make more multimedia stuff for the upcoming weeks until the moment that we can go on tour again.
Right. Now, a lot of our English listeners, and including myself, are curious about what does the name Angelus Apatrida mean in English? Or how do you translate that?
Yeah, it could be translator into something like stateless angels, like stateless, like homeless, like without country, without nationality, something like that. Because there's apatrida is the Latin word for non-patriotic,
Okay.
So patria is actually in English you say patriotic,
right?
When you're so yeah. So in Spanish and Latin, apatrida it's like non-patriotic, so something like that, but not political, just like like a roaming guy, like a wanderer, something like that.
I see.
Like,
okay.
Without country, yeah, like stateless angels, homeless angels, something like this.
Okay, I was just curious. It's just I have a friend of mine that's Puerto Rican, and I asked him because I didn't know what it meant. He said, "I've never seen that word before. It makes sense that it's Latin." That's what...
No, but it's also Spanish. So yeah, and it's a word that in Latin America they use it a lot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can imagine in Puerto Rico they got more like English or American influence, and maybe they're not more. They don't have a lot of Spanish words, or I don't know.
Right.
I've never been there, but yeah, maybe
Yeah.
It's not like in the rest of Latin America.
Right. Now, what is it like having your brother, Jose, in the band as your bass player? And I told you I really love his bass tone on the new album. It makes the band sound so thick. But what is it like? I'm assuming you guys get along pretty well, but it's got to be interesting with your brother in the band.
Yeah, well, it's one of the best things of this, really. it's like, I mean, I know my brother since forever, of course, because he's my older brother. And thanks to him, I'm into heavy metal. He was the guy who introduced me to heavy metal
cool.
together with my other brother, Alberto. They both introduced me to heavy metal. Thanks to them, I listened to Iron Maiden for the first time when I was 8. And thanks to them, I played the guitar for the first time when I was 12. And I got my first guitar. So, yeah, I owe them a lot. And playing with my brother is like, I mean, my brother is one of my best friends since I was a teenager. We started going out together to bars, and I always felt like protected by him because he's my we are in 6 years. He's 6 years older than me.
Oh.
And nowadays, like, he's 42, I'm 36, 37. It's like, well, for me, it's the best because he's not only my blood brother, but it's my best friend, and he's a super cool guy. Like the rest of Angelus guys are super cool people, but yeah, it's like you got that connection, like blood connection, and my parents are super happy that we're sharing this together.
Yeah,
and yeah, he's an incredible, nice guy, super good player, bass player.
Yeah,
actually, he was formerly the guitar player of the band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know what happens when it's like, okay,
we need a bass player.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, we need a bass player. So okay, I can try the bass.
Right. That's how I got into playing bass. Is nobody wanted to play, so I was like, well, if I could play, I could pick the band I'm in. That's cool.
Yeah, this is what he said, and it was only 1 week before our first show because in the beginning, Victor, the drummer, he was the first bass player.
Oh wow.
But, yeah, in 2001, when we got our first show ever, he said that he couldn't attend the show. He's like, I got a huge family problem, and I'm sorry, I cannot go rehearse. I cannot go play the first show. So it was like, okay. And my brother, who was the guitar player, said, oh, I know the songs. I think I can play a bass. It should be easier because it's only 4 strings. I mean, it's like, no offense. We were teenagers, so I was like,
sure.
And yeah, I mean, my brother took the bass. He was like, yeah, quite easy. I can do that. So yeah, this is why David and me just were the guitar players, and Jose was the bass player.
That's funny.
Nowadays, you tell about the sound. The sound is great. This time, I love the bass sound on this record.
Yeah,
it's thanks to the Dark Glass. It's the first time we work with Dark Glass.
Yeah, Dark Glass is good stuff. I used one of those too with a Spectre bass, and it sounds so meaty.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, we used like the microtubes pedal, one of them. I don't know if it's like an X7 or something like this. And then the amplifier, the 500 watts amplifier, and it's amazing. The sound is like, wow.
Yeah, it is. It sounds so good. I'm really digging it. Does he play at Jackson also?
Yeah, of course. I was about to say that. Of course, we're like Jackson endorsers. And he uses the Dave Ellison 60th anniversary concert bass.
Okay.
I think it's 60 anniversary. No, sorry, like 25 anniversary or 30 anniversary. But I wanted to say that it's only 60 basses like this all over the world. It's like a custom shop from Jackson.
Oh, wow.
And it's incredible. Yeah, it's an incredible Jackson bass.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. It sounds like a hurricane, like wow. It's like the bass, like the Jackson bass guitars sounded in the 80s, I think, or at least this is how I remember that when I was a kid.
Right.
So yeah, I think that a combination of Jackson and Dark Glass, in my opinion, right now is the best.
Yeah.
Is the best combo we could have.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So what is it like being a thrash metal band in Spain? Because most metalheads know Germany and the U.S. as thrash central, but there are great thrash bands in the U.K., Australia, and obviously in Spain with bands like Harlot, Onslaught, Crysis, and obviously you. But what is the scene like, the metal scene over there in Spain?
The Spanish metal scene is actually very good. It's a huge scene. I think it's a very young scene. I mean, everything came so late here in Spain. I think because of the dictatorship of Franco. So by the beginning of the 80s, nobody knew what heavy metal was. Because there was no communication with abroad. I mean, there was no communication outside Spain. But the rich people that were able to travel maybe to the UK or maybe to the States or other countries, so everything came so late. And the first heavy metal bands in Spain started during the 80s. And of course, English language was not very popular. As I told you, because of the dictatorship, it was not very popular to learn another language but the Spanish. So every band started to sing in Spanish, sorry. And they became huge. And we have a huge scene here, but most of the bands sing in Spanish, so they are only famous in Spain and Latin America. But I would say like 15 years ago, things started to change, and we are guilty of doing this change because we were one of the first bands that said, okay, fuck it all. We don't like to sing in Spanish. We want to sing in English because it's the main influence that we ever got. And we're not going to play the normal heavy metal that every band plays in Spain, because the normal for a metal band here was just playing like classic heavy metal or power metal or symphonic metal or that kind of stuff. But so we were the first band doing thrash metal in Spain in the 2000s, because we got a couple of bands in the 80s, pretty good bands. Check them out. They were called Legion, and the other one it's called Fuck Off, and they were pretty intense and pretty good in the 80s, but they couldn't do anything else. So they split up at the end of the 80s. I think it was Angelus, the next band to come playing thrash metal, and we were the first band signed into a label like worldwide and start touring worldwide. And nowadays the scene is very, very great, very good, as you say, for example, with Trillery or Crisix, a lot of very, very cool bands. So I think it's Spain right now is about to explode and about to start exporting a lot of bands like other countries, as you say, like other European countries like, I don't know, Sweden or Germany or the UK are exporting. I hope it will happen, because there are a lot of the very, very good and very interesting bands in Spain right now.
That's great. That's great. Now, are there any plans for you guys to do any live streaming events with all the COVID stuff? I know you mentioned that briefly earlier when you were talking about something else.
We're planning to make a couple of shows here in Spain by the end of March, with COVID health measures and all that stuff.
Right.
We need to tour, and we need to bring this album on stage, mainly because this is our full-time job. This is our main job, and we're already 11 months without working. Situation is getting very complicated, very dangerous, economically talking. So we need to go back on tour, and we will take advantage that is going to be able to play shows for social distancing shows and people sitting on tables and stuff, but it's quite okay. We're going to make a couple of shows in big venues here in Spain. So we're thinking about the possibility of doing also live streaming, like broadcasting those
awesome.
shows.
Yeah.
So that would be great, because playing, we made a couple of live streams last year, and especially the last one we did in November was like a real live stream with tickets and stuff, and it was a good experience. But of course, it's very expensive for doing this, and it's there were not so many tickets sold for facing the expenses of a live streaming. But in that case, we're already going to do a couple of shows. Would be maybe it's a good idea, having like 2-3 cameras and doing a live broadcasting all over the world. Let's see. I wish that things will be finished, like pandemic will be finished as soon as possible, and we can go back on tour, go back to normal life.
Yeah.
But since then, yeah, let's try to move forward and do something especially for saving our company and, of course, saving our minds, because 11 months without playing a show, without doing your job is like,
it's sure
very dangerous.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult to keep the state of mind in a good way.
Now, I really love your version of Slayer's The Antichrist. What made you decide to do it, and do you plan on doing other stuff like that down the road? Because that was wicked, that live video you've got.
Yeah, we love to play cover songs. We do this since the beginning. This is how Angelus started. The first couple of years of the band, we were just jamming, and covering our favorite bands. So every time that we can, we do it on tour. We sometimes we play Domination from Pantera.
Oh, cool.
Actually, there are a lot of videos on YouTube of Domination. Yeah, we play other covers like Big Quick or Be Dead from Iron Maiden. We covered Deep Purple's Highway Star, Hell Patrol from Judas Priest, and cool. It came the opportunity of doing this live cover from Slayer, because it's one of our favorite bands ever. We toured twice with Slayer in Spain, cool. and we fucking love them. So yeah, it came like this, like. We played that song in this Spanish festival, and it was very, very good, and we could record it. So we decided to release it, and put that song and this video clip. Yeah, and I hope that we can do this more often in the future, because I love to cover our favorite bands.
Yeah, I actually, when I first started to listen to you guys here recently, I ordered a T-shirt just to support the cause, and I got the Antichrist shirt, and I was at the dentist, and I forgot I had that shirt on, and I had to go through the hallway to do something, and all these patients were staring at me, and I forgot it says I am the Antichrist on the back of the shirt. I was like, oh, God, I really wore this shirt to the dentist, so that's just funny how that happens. But metalheads, that happens to us all the time. I wind up getting into a line at a store and somebody's staring at me, and I realize I've got a Hannibal Lecter or some kind of crazy stuff on a T-shirt and freaking somebody out, Cannibal Corpse or something like that.
Yeah, of course. It's like, it looks like things will never change. We're in 2021 and things are like in the 90s, because when I was a teenager, it was like this, like the people staring at you like, what the fuck are you wearing in your shirt?
Right. You're an adult now. I don't care. I'm going to be 54 next week, and I'm still wearing stuff like this. I love it.
Now we are like grown men, and it's the same. Like, we're in the same shirts. And the people are saying like, you like, aren't you grown enough for this? It's like, no, of course not.
Right. My wardrobe is black T-shirts. That's it.
Yes.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to add to our listeners? We've talked about a lot of different things, and I know you've got other commitments to get to, but is there anything else going on with you guys that you want to mention before we close this out?
I think we actually talked about everything, but I just want to thank you for your time and to send a big hello to everybody over there, and invite everybody to join our social media, because during these pandemic times, social media is the only way we have to communicate for everybody there, especially for the people who listen to Angelus Apatrida for the first time. I really hope that you enjoy the band, that you enjoy the new album, you digged it, and just let's keep in contact, because as soon as we can go on tour again, we will try to make it in the United States, because we never played there before.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's the only place on planet Earth that we've never been yet. So
you'll
get
here. We'll get you here somehow, some way. Well, Guillermo, thank you so much for doing this interview with me for Murder Metal Mayhem. We'll link to all of this stuff in the episode description. So if you're hearing this, scroll down to the description. I'll link to their website, all their social media stuff. Best of luck to you and Angelus Apatrida with the new album. It's killer. I'm going to play Indoctrinate as we close this out, so our listeners can check out how badass the new album is. So thank you very much.
Thanks to you, Pete. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You bet. Take care, man.
You too. Take care.
As I model the game, that is what they have to say. Don't listen, indoctrinate. Feel fear to dominate. Indoctrinate. Want to faith inculcate. Predominate. Some voices will be heard.
Mother. Man.